Hey, so if you see my last video, you will know that my shit was stole and I didn't have a February favourites up, which actually I had filmed, which is a real pain in the arse. I didn't film a March favourites because obviously I was in a state of kind of just getting over the fact that my house had been ransacked. So I'm bringing this to you at the beginning of April, kind of just currently what I'm enjoying. So I'm going to start off with two kind of outfit things that I've really enjoyed this month. We had already had a holiday booked to Poland, so we went to Krakow, and when we went I knew it was going to be chilly. We've been to Poland in a colder time of the year, but I still knew it was going to be relatively cold in March. And I used Alan's big parka. He's a parka I've done like 10 years ago, and it's from Top Man, and I'll insert a wee photo right here. And you can see me wearing it, and I wore it loads on that trip. It's absolutely massive on me, it's far too oversized, but I actually really like the style of it. So that's kind of a favourite through the last kind of 6 weeks. I've had that on my back constantly. Second outfit favourite was these striped trousers from New Look. They're culotte style. These ones here, they desperately need an iron. Just washed them. So they're like a culotte style. I'll insert a little picture of me wearing them as well. And the funny thing is, the picture of me wearing them, I'm also wearing like a kind of daffodil yellow jacket. It was on Easter Sunday I had this outfit on. People were saying, oh, your jacket's really nice. And it's also probably about 10 years old. I got it out River Island years ago. My mum bought it for me one Christmas. So I had that on as well. I've had that kind of on and off, hoping that the spring weather will now stick about. My trip to Poland obviously was a massive favourite over the last 6 weeks. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and some of the items here that I've got, I either got when I was in Poland or are coinciding. The reason why I've got them is because I went to Poland. So I've got two skincare items to start off with. I got this in Sephora and I've heard a lot about it. It's the Cicapair Tiger Balm from Dr. Jart. Now I just got a miniature size of this. Basically what it is, it's like a green cream, but it also has SPF 30 in it. It's like a green paste. And it changes to the colour of your skin, and it colour corrects for redness, which I think is quite useful because I have a lot of kind of marks here. The only place I ever get spots is round about my chin, and when I get them, they're horrible under the skin ones, and they sometimes leave scars. You'll see this one here. So this is quite good to neutralise any redness, any scarring and things like that I've got around about my chin. And it's also good because it's basically like a moisturiser with an SPF in it with a slight tint. And as I've said before, I'm not a big one for wearing foundation every day. I just don't do it. Usually on nights out and things, or occasions that I'll put foundation on. So I've really been enjoying that. This is the miniature size. I'm wondering if Space NK stock this here. Loving that. The second thing is not new, it's an oldie but a goodie. It's the first time I've ever actually bought a full size of this, so it's the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with avocado. Also green in colour. It's like a green paste. It is pricey, but I find that it's really worth it. This is my kind of problem area. As I get older, like everybody else, you get fine lines. And that bit there, I just think as long as it's really well moisturised, it's less likely to get crepey and dry looking and then make you age more. So absolutely thoroughly enjoying that. I have to also mention as well, because in my last video, my favourites, I mentioned my hair because I was absolutely loving it, and then a couple of days later my house was robbed, so sorry to keep going on about it. It's just, and I feel like I've already said some of these things in the last video I made. Not that you will know because you won't have seen it. So my hair, I got done at Blow. I will include the wee vlog up here. It was fantastic. The girl's called Rachel. I'm sure if you go to any of the stylists, they'll just be as good. The funny thing was, I actually went and got this retouched yesterday, so I thought, why not make a video today, make most of it. So this is fresh colour. This is the way it was looking when I very first got it done. And she said to me yesterday, after I put up a little kind of selfie on Instagram and they then put it on their page, their Instagram, that quite a few people have come in, like I want that copper colour, which I thought was quite interesting because I think at the moment everybody's loving that balayage or like really like bright colours like reds and greens and rainbow colours and things like that. So that's what I've got. Absolutely love it. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted, and I would definitely go back. I will go back because I went back yesterday. I've got a new fragrance this month again because the bastards stole all of my fragrances and lots of my makeup as well. I didn't ever think that if you were robbed, fragrance and makeup would be something that people would take, but apparently so. So while we were away in Poland at the duty free, I decided to get this. It's a really old one. I remember when it came out, probably about a decade ago, when Dolce & Gabbana released the Eau de Toilette and they were the little numbers. So this is the one that's L'Emperatrice, number 3. And it's probably the only one that I still see kicking about. All the other ones, I remember the advert was like 5 models, like 3 ladies, maybe like Claudia Schiffer and Naomi Campbell. There was like top, you know, old school supermodels and 2 male models, and they each had a number on the back of their dressing gown, and it was to say that these were kind of unisex and anybody could wear them. And I remember smelling it years ago and getting it years ago and loving it. And then I had another maybe couple of bottles after that, never bothered again. And when I seen it in duty free, I thought, I used to love that. I loved it. It's so fresh, really fruity, really like fresh and fruity smelling. And because it's a 100ml bottle and very reasonable for the toilette, I thought I'll pick that up at the moment. We'll see if Santa is good to me this year and replaces any of my other more expensive ones, because at the end of the day I can't afford to go out and buy all of them again. So I thought I'll get this one just now, and it's absolutely lovely. Like I say, very reasonable, has been about for ages. It's not a new one, but lovely, absolutely lovely. So I've got 3 lip favourites this month. 2 MAC, 1 Lancome. The first one is a Lancome matte shaker, like you get the juicy shakers. It is in the colour beige vintage, and it's what I've got on today. It's that kind of would you say mauve, more dusty pink. It is matte. I've got a bit of lip balm over the top of it, so it might look a little bit more shiny. I find it to be relatively comfortable. Takes a wee while before it gets quite dry on the lips, but generally it's very comfortable. I think it gets to one of those points where you have it on your lips for quite some time, you have to totally wipe it off and reapply. It's one, if you keep putting it over the top, it does get a little bit drying on the lips. But I do really like it. I do really like the colour. The second one is a MAC Little. You'll probably go into MAC now and notice that they have next to the till, the way that they have in Sephora, like all these little things that make you want to buy everything, and they're like 10 quid each, and they're probably not the best value in the sense that you could spend a bit more and get a full size, but in my eyes, I would never use a full size MAC lipstick. I don't wear a lipstick every single day. I know there will be people who wear a lipstick every single day and they have their favourite and they will easily use a lipstick up. That's not me. It's never going to happen. I have too many lipsticks and I like wearing too many colours to just stick to one lipstick. So I actually think the MAC Littles are a really good idea. I had, again because some were taken, I had MAC Ruby Woo and I had MAC Lady Danger. That was the 2 I had. Was it Lady Danger? Yeah, right. And I'd always heard about Russian Red. So they had this in the Little and I thought I will try that, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I did have this on in the last video that would have been up on YouTube, the below vlog. I wore that day, so the day I was showing like what my hair was like and stuff like that, I do have it on that day. I actually looked quite red in that video, but in real life I find it's a lot more of a blue based red. Love it. The last lip favourite is also a MAC item, which I have non-stop had this on my lips this month. The MAC Patent Polish Lip Pencil. I got mine Ruby. As you can see, that's like how much I've used as of yet. It does roll up to a bigger size, but I've used quite a bit of it. It's a lovely, I was talking about in my last favourites video about having that stained look on the lip, and that's exactly what it gives. If I just show you quickly, it's definitely shiny. But do you know something? I really quite like having a bit of shine. I mean, I think matte lips have been around for so long now, they've been such a big thing, all the Kylie Jenner lip kits, all the big matte lips and things. But do you know something? I think glossy lips are probably coming back. Like, I think matte lips overtook for a while there. Glossy lips are coming back. And this is so easy. It's something you just swipe on. There's no mess. It's so simple to do. I'll show you. So you can see it is like a ruby based red, but it's very sheer. It's lovely and sheer, and you can build it up. I'll just do a few more. So you can make it much stronger, but it's so easy, it's so comfortable. I just swipe it on, look, you can see how shiny it is on the top of the pencil now. I think it's gorgeous, I really love it. So those three have been three that I've been loving over the last kind of 4 to 6 weeks. Hello Daisy. What are you doing? Say hello. Ah, very good. If you ever hear, it's this one. Okay? She also went missing the week before we got burgled. And she's got a little scar in her ear now. Don't know what she's done. But she came back and she's alright. Anyway. The last thing is from e.l.f. It is their cream blush palette in Soft. I think it's the more kind of cooler, softer colours. I think they've got a really bright one as well. It's in a little quad of 4. You've got this kind of coral colour, a kind of peachy colour, pink, and what I would call mauvey, almost browny colour. I've got this one on today actually. I think these are great. I think for the price of it, it's fantastic. I think as well, it's really good because actually, these pop out. So if you did buy the other set, or if you bought a set with a highlighter in it, or a set with really not powder because it's cream blush, but you know what I mean, if you bought a set with concealers, anything else like that that was a cream product, or you bought the other sets of powder products, then you can mix and match them, and I think they are fantastic. For me, a cream blusher is always my first choice. I love cream blusher. I may put a powder over the top of it, but I always wear cream blusher. And for the price, this is fantastic. I'll link all the prices of the products below. I think they're all about the same. I don't think there's anything here that you can't get at the moment. So that's kind of all the makeup, that's that done. My last favourite is a book, again, possibly because I'd been to Poland. When we were in Poland, we were in Krakow, which is right next to Auschwitz concentration and basically extermination camp, let's be honest. I have now been to Poland 3 times. I've been to Germany a good few times as well. I'm quite aware of my kind of war history. So when I went to Krakow, I did think I was definitely going to go to Auschwitz. I wanted to see it. I wanted to learn more. I think it's really important to not ignore that this thing happened. I have got vlogs of our trip to Poland, which I'll have up pretty soon. I didn't do much filming when I was in Auschwitz, simply because it might have been a little disrespectful. I have short clips of areas where it was kind of open space, where there was just a lot of people walking. You will see that. I didn't take any pictures of gas chambers or graves or anything like that. You know, I just didn't think it was appropriate. But after visiting, and it was a very, very tough visit, it was very emotional. It's hard to say I thoroughly enjoyed it because it's not something that you enjoy, but it was enjoyable to learn about the history. It was enjoyable to see and be able to really understand it. I can't put into words the size of Birkenau. The Auschwitz and Birkenau are right next to each other, and Birkenau is the one where the trains went through. If you've watched any kind of old war films or things like Schindler's List, then you might know what I'm talking about. And you see these things in movies, and you really don't understand the sheer size. It's like a small city. It's horrifying, actually. The size of it, the size of the chambers, the sheer size of, you know, the cabins, the amount of people that were there. And I'm really glad that I experienced it. So on the back of that, when I came back, I was talking to a lot of people in work about it and just how moving and unbelievable it was to go. And a lot of people said, oh, have you read this book, have you read that book, off the back of kind of the Holocaust, a lot of things that have been written about it. And I have read the odd book, but one I had never read was The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. I knew it was a film as well, and I had no idea, you know, when you hear about films and it's like, where have you been? You've not watched that film. How have you never seen that film? I do it to people all the time when they tell me they've not seen certain 80s films. Never ever looked into it, I never ever seen it, and I never ever realised that it was about the concentration camps and the Holocaust. I had no idea. So one of the girls in my work said, oh, you should read it, you should definitely read it, it's very interesting. It's a look at the concentration camps from a child's eyes on the other side, and I thought, God, that does sound really, really interesting. So it's a very quick read. It's, God, one of, like, I think Alan looked it up, it's like one of the 5th best-selling books in the world, and I had no idea. It sounds so naive, but it's a really, really good book, a really, really quick read. And I didn't find that it was too childlike. I was a bit worried when I started reading it, if this is going to be through a child, is it childish? It also says it's for younger readers on the inside, some of the books that John Boynes wrote, and it says for younger readers. And I thought, God, is this going to be a child's book? But no, it's really well written, it's really well portrayed through the child's eyes without being too childlike. So if you haven't, probably everybody has, if you haven't read this, read it. It's fantastic, it's really good. If you ever get the chance to visit Auschwitz or Birkenau, if you're ever in Krakow, you can't go and not visit. It would be so awful to go and not visit. So that's it again just now. So as I said, I will be putting vlogs up about Poland. I will put them around about here somewhere if they're up already. If not, then I'll just link you to some of my other videos. Please go and check them out. If not, fine, don't. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't give it a thumbs down, that would be grand. Just don't do anything. Thanks. Hope to see you again. Thanks very much for watching. Bye!